a while, but that's okay, right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do. I'll probably do a little bit of everything today. I'm not feeling like one specific thing. It's been a few days since I've worked out. I've been trying to give myself time to heal. I'm gonna cut one of these heaters off so there's less noise over here. What's up, Jackass? Been doing some cleaning in the garage a little bit. Got all the big tables out that were over here. They were taking up a lot of space. Organized a little bit this morning. Been trying to clean things up for about the last 2 hours, and then gonna get some of the equipment out of here eventually, but it's too cold and I don't want to stick them outside. So right now, maybe some of the equipment I can get out there. I'm not sure yet. So good morning, Benji. Good morning. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything specific this morning? What kind of shenanigans are we getting into? What's up, Paulie? Joe? Man, all the big dogs are coming in, huh? It's been a while. So, who's been keeping up with the whole job opportunity thing? How's this look? This looks better, right? Who's been keeping up with my job opportunity I recently spoke about? I've got an update, but if nobody's interested, then I'm not sharing it. But I'm also looking for advice from you guys on what to do moving forward. If you guys feel comfortable helping me with that, I just need some other opinions and some other suggestions. That's all. Let's see, where are we at? Boy, I do some of the shoulder stuff that I normally do. Anyhow. So I was offered a very respectable position as a maintenance director at a very large facility. And hold on, I'm gonna get to the personal questions. I want to talk about my stuff first. I'm sorry, guys. That's how I want to do it right now. I need to get this off my mind. And if you'll stick around, I'll help you out. But help me out. I was offered a very large position with a lot of responsibility, with millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment. It will be a job where I'm not going to be able to. Can you guys hear me with that heater going in the background, or should I cut it off too? I mean, I can handle probably 15-20 minutes of being out here without the heat pretty comfortably, and then I have to put the heat back on. What would you prefer? Leave it on or not? Anyhow, I pre-qualified, then I moved to the next manager, and I just so happened to know the guy, and me and him has worked together in the past, and we got really excited knowing each other on the phone, and he was like, just come in and see me. So I went in to see the guy, and just me and him get along very, very, very good. And we were buddies back then. He was a mechanic on the automotive side, and I was a mechanic on the diesel side on the buses. So he already knew I knew about the handicap systems, the safety systems, the maintenance services, what's required to keep these vehicles up to snuff, especially when it comes to high-end contracts that are paying for perfection. And so he was like, this is our guy. He wanted to hire me immediately. So he calls up the district manager, or the regional manager, I should say. And the regional manager, hey, Daddy. What's up, Squarevo? The regional manager, he interviewed me on Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon through Microsoft Teams while he was traveling from one location to another. And about 30 minutes in, he said, everybody has different personalities and every inspector's different. And you're going to have people that come out and inspect the equipment that your guys are working on. How do you deal with somebody that is very disgruntled and angry and all this other stuff? And I said, you know what, at that point, if they're the inspector, they're kind of your boss. So there's nothing you can really do. Sometimes you just have to eat it. Sometimes you just have to take it and hope they have a better day next time. Sometimes you got to get to know them. Sometimes it's they missed their morning cup of coffee or they didn't get their morning sandwich. And they're just kind of grumpy. Maybe they woke up late. They didn't get enough sleep the night before. Don't personalize it. Take the lick. Try to figure out what you can do better. Maybe have some coffee ready for them when they get there. Figure out what their favorite sandwich is. Kind of win them over by getting to know them a little bit and what they like to do in the morning or how they like to wake up. Maybe they missed that. And he said, I really like that. I really like the fact that you didn't go into, tell them off, tell them that you're the boss. And he said, that never really works. But doing what you just said, almost 100% of the time, makes the situation 10 times better. If you can just figure out what makes them happy, and maybe you can snap them out of the mood. But if you can't, then just take it. It's fine. You're going to be able to recover from it, reset from it. It's not the end of the world. It's not an inspection if everything fails because they're being really picky about things that's going to affect you in your job position. That you just do better next time. And your response to how you would deal with that person is exactly what I need here in this facility. He said the shop culture life is dying. There are too many old heads in this field that think that they're going to come into a shop and just start screaming and telling people what to do because they're the boss. And that doesn't work that way. People don't respond to that. Back in the day, it seems like guys were a little tougher than they are today. These guys today, they don't like to be screamed at and talked down to and said, because I'm the boss, you're going to go do this. It's about working with them, getting to know them, and basically creating an atmosphere where they feel comfortable to come to work instead of they're not coming to a training camp, they're not coming to boot camp, they're coming to work, and they should enjoy coming to work. And so he said, I like that, and I like your response to the questions that I've given you. So in this instant, I want to say that it is a green light for me. I also am the district manager or the regional manager. I want to hire you. But it has to go to one more person, and it's a private entity that looks at it, and pretty sure they're going to sign off on it. So they offered me everything. They offered me $115 to come in the door, plus your regular bonuses and stuff like that. 13 technicians, like 7 lube techs, like 5 or 6, maybe I don't know if it was 5 or 6 or 6 or 7 maintenance guys. 500 pieces of equipment that are worth probably anywhere between $150,000 to $250,000 a piece. In some instances, not all, and then others are probably only worth about $50,000. So the majority of them are expensive. So millions of dollars worth of equipment, a lot of employees, a parts department, a parts girl, facility. Cleanliness and maintenance and stuff like that, everything would be on my shoulders. Everything. I think the pay is a little low because most people that have that type of responsibility as a director would not be making that low a pay. But I think this is a huge opportunity for me to move up. If I'm not trying to just stay a mechanic on ground level, I think this would be huge. The only problem is the insurance absolutely sucks. It is atrocious. To get full-blown PPO insurance, it's $2,500 a month. $2,500 a month for a full-blown PPO, dental, vision. It's atrocious. And even the managers that I was talking to said they understand it it is atrocious. That's why they don't choose the insurance and they go with their spouse's insurance, or they get private insurance. So I did call around and I did look and see what private insurance would be in most places, because Trump did something last year where he released a lot of the, or he made a lot of the regulations on private insurance. He took a lot of the regulations off, I guess. So you can go with marketplace, like Obamacare type stuff, or you can go private insurance. And last year, private insurance for the same insurance that I was looking at was about $1,900 for the insurance. This year, because of the restrictions being released and stuff like that, it's like $1,150 for the same exact United Health PPO plan with dental, vision. It's $1,150 a month, which is, I can do that, but it's a matter of, is there other option? Are there other options that I don't know about? You know, if I was to take the job, do I have a way out with really good medical that I can afford versus going through the company? Because if I get the company's medical, it's over $30,000 a year, and I'm not. Hey Daniel, I get it, man, but you're gonna have to ask that question again, because right now I'm talking about kind of like my situation, and I'll get back around to yours. If you guys can help me figure this out, then I'll help you out, but I gotta get my stuff out first. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I take the job. If I take the job, what am I gonna do about medical? You know, right now, my base is like $84,000 a year, but I actually get like $20,000 in medical paid for by the company I work for, which puts me at like a compensation package of around, you know, $104,000 a year. And that's just base. I have the potential to make way more than that, but that's just base. Is there a way out with the medical stuff so I can not pass up on this opportunity? Because it's once in a lifetime. To be able to put something like that on your resume and say that you managed and directed a facility, multiple facilities, I should say, and millions of dollars worth of equipment, and you were able to manage that, and you got that experience under your belt, pretty much anywhere would end up taking you. So I don't know where to go with it, is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'd hate to turn down this opportunity because there was another route I could have taken and I just didn't know. Does anybody know the alternative to the medical stuff? What are my options? No, the last guy really liked the job. He's actually still working there. And what ended up happening is, no, you don't wear a tie. I go in like this. I'm in a shop with a bunch of mechanics that are working on stuff all day, and no. When I walked in there, the area manager had a pair of jeans on and a t-shirt. He said, "That's just kind of the environment here. This is not a corporate suit and tie type thing. You go in how you are. You only work if you want to only work 2 days a week from the shop. You only have to go into the shop 2 days a week. The other 3 days you can work from home. If you want to go half the day at the shop, half the day at night, so you can work with both crews. You can work with your day crew and your night crew, so they get to know you. Obviously, company credit card, company gas card, all that other stuff. Unlimited PTO because you're a director, you're a manager, or director. So they don't cap your PTO as long as you and your area manager can work out the times that you want off. Or you and your shop foreman, shop manager, if he's got it for the day and he doesn't need you, not a problem. So it's one of those situations where as long as you're managing and keeping up on the numbers and everything, and everybody else is doing their job, you really don't even have to show up to work. You just open your laptop, clock in the morning, get on board, and that's it. The last guy didn't get fired. The last guy was going through a divorce, and he did not want his wife to be able to take the kids. And with the amount of money he was making there, she was going to get a pretty good chunk of that. So he figured, I'm going to lose the money no matter what. But I don't want her to take the kids. Right now I have custody of the kids. So I'm going to find a job where I can make the same money working from home, if not more. And he found a job where he is working a corporate position from home. And now he can be in the kid's life every single day, so she doesn't really have a chance of getting the kids because she doesn't have nowhere near the atmosphere or structure or stability for his kids. And he wanted to make sure that he didn't lose them. And if that meant giving up the job to work from home or something like that, that's exactly what he was going to do. So he did what he needed to do. He told them, hey, when you guys get a new guy coming in, I will help train him. I'll get him trained up on all the computer work and stuff and what he's going to do. I have no problem with that at all. I need to find a job from home so I can be there for my kids. I don't want to do this to you guys, but it's not personal when it comes to us. It's an issue that I have in my own life. So they understood, and it was a very honorable thing that he's doing so he can keep his kids. So they were like, yeah, we can Will, whenever you're free and you want to work, we'll pay you to be here part-time or whatever it is. When we get a new guy to take over, then you could be with your kids more often, and you don't even have to be here at all. So they're bringing me in. He's going to train me for a week or two, and then after that, I'm solo. If I accept. The last guy didn't quit. He's actually still working there. The only part where it tips, to be honest with you, John, is I've already done that. I've been doing that for like since last Tuesday. The only part where it tips is honestly the insurance. Everything else fits. The schedule fits. The time I need to be there. The 2 days that I do need to be there are 5 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is nothing for me because I'm up at 3:30 every morning anyway, almost. So, yeah. So it's everything is a pro to the situation other than the insurance. There's a lot of room for movement, for advancement, to move into higher director positions and stuff like that. So do I still make decent money from AdSense? A lot of the YouTube money and stuff that we had, over the last few years, a lot of that money's gone. Just with the way the economy and stuff is, and people advertise, it's decent, but it's nothing to brag about at all. Negotiate for higher pay. Well, I did. I brought them up from 95 to 115, and then I had them agreed that they would put it in the contract for the next 3 years. I get a $10,000 raise every year, and they said they would. So they said it contingent is go get the last diesel ASEs, the last 2 that I need, and for sure it'll be on contract that it's going to happen. So they've already agreed to better terms. So I don't know if I can get more out of it, but I'm going to speak to both of them on Monday because they both want to talk to me at the same time. I think about the process moving forward, and then I'll speak to them obviously and bring up my concerns and see what they say. Everybody from their HR team, the area manager, the regional manager, the HR manager, they're all really, really, really trying to push to get me on board because there's not a lot of people that want to do this job. And there's not a lot of people with the experience that I have, especially when it comes to like upfitted buses and like the safety equipment and stuff like that. So they really want me to work that bad. That's awesome, Jay. That's really good money. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do health insurance wise. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. It's nerve-wracking, you know, because you get to a spot where you want to do what's right by your family, but you also want to advance your career at the same time, and it's difficult to do that when, I don't know if sometimes it's okay to be selfish, but I never want to put my family in a bind, you know, over a bad choice or a selfish choice. So that's where my head is at right now, is keeping them as the number one priority. Well, what do I want to do? Do I want to stay you know, on the bottom? Do I want to stay as a tech for the rest of my life? I guess it's not really on the bottom, but I just don't want to say that when I'm 60 years old. My whole entire life, all I was a mechanic. You know, I'd like to actually be able to just say, hey, I worked my way up and I got the right opportunity and things worked out for me. And here I've been a director at this facility for the last 20 years, and it's been an amazing experience. Now I can help people in other management areas. I can make an impact with other technicians in the field because they're trying to change the shop environment and being positive, getting training and stuff done, working with these guys, training them. Yeah, here the wages are off with this company, but there's a specific reason why. It's because of who the contract is with, and they know they got them by the gonads. I haven't been as much as I should, John. I should be praying on it more, but you know what? Let me go back to some of the previous comments. If some of you guys can ask your comments again if I don't get to them. Some people ask, so 25 F-250 air recirculation turns off, almost passed out due to the wind blowing to where the truck pulls outside air. Okay, I'm not sure what you're. 25 F-250 air recirculation turns off. You mean the little recirculation thing on the dash? Almost passed out due to the wind blowing to where the truck pulls outside air. Anyways, any way to stop it? I mean, why would you almost pass out from outside air being brought into the cabin? Is it because the exhaust fumes are getting pulled back in? Is that what you're saying? I mean, if that's the case, obviously that's bad. But air recirc turning off, it shouldn't turn off unless you turn it off, unless you have some kind of funky thing going on with the settings. I mean, in a situation like that, that would have to be programming, I think, to me, or there would be a fault with the recirc actuator where it faults out and then turns off. But then again, I don't see that happening. So if that was it's a 25 F-250. Why are you worried about it? Take it to the dealer, let them worry about it. What am I saying? I don't even have to diagnose that. Jay, come on, man. Get it to the dealer. Let them worry about it. I don't really know. You don't know. I mean, we don't have to know. Let the dealer deal with the BS. It's not that I dredge going to work, Joe. It's the fact that they keep changing managers. Like I drink water all the time. You know, they brought one manager in, then he left. They brought another manager in, he left. Now the vice president's leaving, another guy's coming in as interacting vice president. And then we thought our service manager was leaving, and then there's no consistency. And then everybody's doing what they want because management's not doing their job. They're not actually overseeing the operation and making sure things are running accordingly. They just don't care. You know, we have multiple different managers doing different things in different departments, and nobody holds the other person accountable. And it just is starting to look like a circus. And it's often what you find in dealerships when they get run a specific way, which are a lot of them. And I'm just kind of over it. I'm tired of it. No structure, no consistency. It's the same old dog and pony show every week. I'm supposed to be making the same money as the other journeyman tech, but because I'm in the used car department, they got me doing engines, transmissions, major diagnostics. I do everything in-house, all the extended warranty. They pay me $4 an hour less than the other journeyman because I'm in the used car department, which that was not the agreement, but they chose to do that anyway. They make 46, I make 42. And I have brought this up several times over the last year that I don't think this is right at all. This is not cool. It's just I'm comfortable there and the insurance is good, so that's why I just deal with it. And I can literally do whatever I want without anybody saying anything to me. It's the fact of the matter that the place is a circus. Honestly, it is. And all the techs, they even say the same thing. So that's why recently we all got together, we all talked, and we voted the union in. in mid-February, the union's supposed to be coming in and they're supposed to regulate everything and get me on board with everybody else at good pay and really good insurance. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, which only costs $10 a month through the union insurance, and it's $100 a month for the dues. So it's $110 a month for dental, vision, union dues, and all that. And it's supposed to be extremely good insurance, don't get me wrong, and better pay. But I'm still in the same spot I was in before. I'm still getting managed by the same management I was in before, and the show goes on and on and on. You're just getting better pay now and better or cheaper insurance, but better insurance, or equal insurance, I should say, and that's it. There's nothing that's really going to change all that much. So I like my job. I just don't want to be stuck here in this type of position for the rest of my career. Daniel says he has a problem that he can't fix on a 15 Fusion 1.5 turbo. Whenever I turn the air conditioner on, the car starts losing power. RPM goes up and down. I wonder if you can help. Well, I'd have to first experience in order to, I don't know exactly what's going on. I do know that there have been some issues with, under specific load, the charging system can't keep up with the voltage that is being pulled and needed to run all the systems, plus run the clutch on the compressor. And that load can be sometimes kind of high. And whenever you turn the air compressor on and it's got to engage that clutch may be starting to be faulty, like it's got a lot of resistance and it's pulling some pretty good amperage, and that's what's loading the system up. Or the clutch could be actually starting to fail itself, like starting to lock up internally. Or it could be some other issue going on with the computer, like it's trying to control it, but it doesn't really know how when it's engaged, or something's malfunctioning with the control circuit. I'd have to experience it. There's nothing I can really tell you off like firsthand. But what I would do if I was you is I would try to probably get an amp clamp and put over the battery wire and actually measure the amount of amperage that's getting pulled from it when it kicks on and it starts to do the jumping around. That way you can see whether or not it's trying to pull more because it's faulty, or the charging system itself is having a hard time keeping up because the alternator's starting to fail. There's different ways to look at this. And there could be something else that I haven't, I'm just not thinking about right now because my head's on, on other topics, so. Who makes a blower resistor that lasts? My Dodge truck burns them up every couple years. The blower motor is good. It's the same. That's just in general. Even aftermarket, it's the same way. Free for me, but pay for your wife and kids. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what you're saying. It might be free for you, but you pay for your wife and kids. Elaborate on that, please. Maybe I'll learn something from it. Let's try to do some concentrated stuff here. I know the union insurance is supposed to be pretty good because the network is huge. They got thousands of guys in this network, which drives the price pretty low, and they get really good insurance out of this company. But it's again, what do I do? Do I hold out and hope the negotiations mid-February end like they say they're supposed to, or they're supposed to be negotiating this February, and by mid-February they suspect it's supposed to be done pretty quick because they're going to agree to something on really good terms? Keith, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Do I hold out for that and just stay where I'm at, even though I'm not really excited about it? That's what I want, Jay. I want to go be a part of people's life. Because I want to go. I'm the only person in my department at my job where I'm at now that has made it over 6 months. Everybody else typically got paid $12 an hour less than me. The highest they paid somebody was $30 an hour, and they never stayed past 6 months because they would get into a job that was too hard, tearing it apart, couldn't put it back together, couldn't figure out how to diagnose it, and then they'd start getting pressed by management like, "Hey, when are we going to get this thing done? You've had it tore apart for weeks, and you're not making money for the shop at all. You're just in this stall milking the guarantee, and you're not getting this job done." Well, then they end up quitting. So it's just a matter of, when I hired on at this place, I was going to be a mainline Volkswagen tech. But at the end of the interview, the service manager was like, "Man, I could use you in all these used cars because you have so much experience, and the guy that's doing the used cars, he doesn't have a lot of experience. I'd love to put you there, and I'll just pay you as a journeyman tech." That never happened. Then he says, "Oh, I'll do your review at 90 days, and we'll bump you up from 38 up to full scale pay at 90 days. Never happened. 6 months into it, after I begged over and over, not begged, but I got pissed off and brought it up over and over again. Finally, at 6 months, I get my review. Moves me to 40, not 44 like everybody else. So then some time goes by, September comes along, everybody gets an automatic $2 an hour raise for their annual raise. They decided $2 was good. And the guys went from 44 to 46. I went from 40 to 42. They're not matching the scale like they said they were going to, which ticks me off. And now their hands are tied because the shop's about to go union, so they have no reason to make it right by me because I have no room to negotiate. I have no room to say, "Hey, I've got another job in the works that looks pretty promising. It's quite a bit more money than this. You think there's room to actually do what you said you were going to do and move me up to the scale everybody else is?" Well, they're going to tell me is, "Well, we're negotiating contracts here this month for the union stuff anyway, so we're not going to be moving anybody's pay until we figure out what's going on with the union." So I can't even negotiate right now. You're golden when you can identify electrical issues. I mean, you might want to. I'm not sure. What do you mean by that? You mean like electrical problems with cars and stuff like that? Because we got a few good guys that can do that. Well, we have one really good guy that can do that, and then there's me, and then the other guys they're okay at it. But a lot of them haven't been doing it as long as me and the other guy in the shop. Being indispensable equals unpromotable. Being indispensable. So being indispensable, you're using that as a term by saying that if it's hard for them to fire you, or impossible for them to fire you, it means that you're unpromotable? Is that what you're saying? If I'm reading that correctly? I'm not good when it comes to certain words, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now, I might be smart and stuff when it comes to certain areas of cars and stuff, but when people use certain terminology towards me, I don't know what the hell they're talking about sometimes. I just go along with it and agree it. They could be telling me I'm a dumbass. I give them a thumbs up and a heart anyway and say, thanks, buddy. I'll see you next Tuesday. Rich, my brother was in an auto tech class on Friday and someone put a car on a 4-post lift and had asked him to bring it down off the lift, and the car fell off the lift. Who's at fault? Well, if it was put up there correctly, and it was safe and secured, somebody did like a jounce test to make sure it wouldn't come off and the feet were set correctly, and your brother went to go bring it down, and he did something where he didn't lift both sides off of the locks, and he only lifted one side by holding the button to go up and then release the locks, it's your brother's fault, because what ends up happening is one side will lift and the other side will start to drop down, and they won't catch it right away, and the car will slide, and then it'll tip off. Or somebody didn't rack it to begin with correctly, and that's why it fell. So I don't know who's at fault. Could be either or. They will keep you doing all the work. Well, that's what they do now, man. Anytime there's some kind of BS, anytime there's like an ex-girlfriend or a friend or a family member's vehicle, they don't give it to any of the other techs, because I'm the used car tech. I work on more of the different models and makes. Everything always goes to me. And then it's like I have to fight for pay, you know, sometimes on specific jobs, because it's not a standard customer coming in. Just like I've got an Escalade at the dealership right now that I've got to tear the cylinder head and stuff off on, and I've only got paid a certain percent of all the work that I have into it so far and diagnosed the problem where the other shop couldn't diagnose the problem. I did, and I still haven't been paid for all my work on that. And I'm just using this as an example. I know I'm going to get paid, but I have to wait for my money? You know, I have to wait to get what I've done already, and then in the middle of it, the customer chose to, well, I say customer, to go even further, even though they were going to get rid of the vehicle, but it was going to cost too much to fix it. Well, now they've decided, no, you know what, go ahead and pull the cylinder head. Let's pull the cylinder head, let's pull the lifters and stuff out and see if it damaged the camshaft. If it didn't damage the camshaft, let's replace the lifter, new push rod, new rocker, get it all back together, and let's run it. Well, part of the lifter is actually blown apart down in the oil pan. Mary, why is it every time you leave a comment it says message retracted? I'm not sure why that is. Every time before I even see the comment, it comes up in gray letters saying message retracted. Is somebody like blocking her, or? Would I consider working in a specialty shop restoring and repairing high-end vehicles? I think it may be a good fit for someone who takes the business seriously like Richard. So I would, if the pay was right and the environment was right, but also at the same time, I do want to move up into management. That's where my goal has been. You said originally pulled the comment and then they fixed it, but it's happened several times and I don't see a fixed comment. There's no comment that was left after. Oh, morning. Morning, John. Teaching, yeah. I mean, teaching it can be lucrative. I think instructors are making, even for the manufacturer, they're making anywhere between like 80 and like 120 a year. Just all depends. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Benji. It's just stability and growth, like you said, it's tough. Insurance Navigator. So yeah, I think that's what I called. I called one of those people that reach out to the different brokers and stuff like that, and see what they have available. And everybody was like giving me these really off the wall insurance companies that I've never heard before, and it seemed like trash. But then there was this guy, sounded like an American dude from Kentucky or Tennessee, he had like a country accent. I called him and I was talking to him, and he said, "Well, I do have a really good plan. It's on the private marketplace or private insurance list, and it's not Obamacare like marketplace stuff, and it's through United Health, which is a name brand top end insurance company. It's called an A+ insurance company, which I have United Health now." And he says that it is a PPO plan. It does have dental, vision. We can take off like the $300 for maternity stuff. Normally this would be like a $1,450 plan, but if you're not going to have another kid or anything like that, I can just go ahead and pull the $250 to $300 charge that they normally put on here, and it'll bring the policy from like $1,450 down to $1,150. And then if you ever decide that you want to have a baby, you can add it back on, but it's going to bump your premium back up to like $1,400, $1,450. And he said, we could do that. That gives you name brand insurance, A+ insurance, dental, vision, all that stuff, and you're only paying $1,150 a month. And he said that's the best deal I can come up with right now. He said, who knows, that deal might not be here a month from now, 2 months from now. Things would have changed, market changes, these things fluctuate and change all the time. But once I give you a quote, it's good for 30 days. If you get back to me 31 days from now, that price probably won't be the same. So they said for $1,150 I can do the PPO with the whole package, if they just take the maternity stuff off of it. But if they want to put the maternity stuff on it, then it goes to like $1,450. If that's the same person you're talking about. Good morning. Any updates on the Grand Marquis? No, it's wintertime, buddy. The transmission's still sitting right there. If you see that transmission there, there's been no update. I'm not going to go out there and work on that thing in the winter, and I don't have the time to take it to work and work on it on the weekends. I got a brand new baby in the house, so I got to wait till the summer. I shouldn't say brand new baby, isn't that? But this February 8th, she'll be a year old. This is gay? Well, then go somewhere else. Anybody telling your ass to be here, go somewhere else. Goofy ass motherfucker. This is gay. Yeah, pull your head out of your ass and go find somebody else to bother. This is gay. I'm a grown man and I can't choose to shut my mouth and go somewhere else because this is gay. Goofy ass. And you're still watching. Who's the gay one? Look at this guy. This guy want to talk about this is gay watching another guy while he's still commenting watching another guy. Gay boy. At least I look good while you're watching, so you're good, buddy. I've had plenty of gay people hit on me. It's flattering. Yeah, I'm trying, Norton.
insurance companies bring in millions and pay out, or bring in billions and pay out millions. Yeah, that's true. Most of us like his rants, talk. I use it as background noise to pass the day. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a real person like y'all, the rest of y'all. I don't do these live streams so y'all can watch me, like Gay Boy says. This is gay, watching another dude work out. While he's still commenting, watching another dude work out. I'm glad he's getting his rocks off right now while being a little gay boy. Sorry, I got nothing against gay people. I really don't. I just think this is hilarious, and people come on here and say that stuff, and then they sit there and silently watch as they're playing with their little doorstop. Yeah, that's true, John. There is definitely no shortage of idiots. If you notice, I don't really block people anymore. I just let them talk trash. It helps the channel out. So I think the moderators know, for the most part, let them talk for a little bit until they get too crazy, and then it's time to right out the door. I love catching them in the middle of typing. They're typing something like they're going to be so mean, and they just block, and then it won't send. And it's like, I got you, bitch. Buddy. Oh, buddy. I'm realizing I could use a larger garage. They're not large enough. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely... Well, that's why I wanted to take the new job, too, as well. Let's be straight. We all want what's best for our family, right? And this is a smaller home. This home's only like 1,350 square feet or something like that. 1,400 square feet. It's big enough for a small family. But once you go past like the first kid and you're on to the second kid, this is not a big enough home. Plus, with two dogs, it's just not. I need to put my family in something bigger than this. And it requires a better job than what I got, and that's what I'm aiming for. Bryce Detroit Detailing, Louisiana repair guy. I've learned a lot from this man, along with other tech channels. So while you're hating on him, you might want to really learn something. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. As much as I like you guys coming to my defense, especially that shows me that you have my back. It's not necessary. You know, I'm a big boy. I can take it on the chin just fine. There's been so many people like him over the years that have taught me that you can't please everybody, and there are some people that are just that miserable to where they want to talk trash to everybody else because their life absolutely sucks. Appreciate that, John. JCast, thanks, man. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know people that just do nothing but jump on the internet just to troll people as well. That's part of their self-made man, and will succeed in anything that he does. Definitely a great asset wherever he is. I try to be a great asset wherever I go, but let's face it. Any of you that have worked in the automotive field, hey DT, what's up? Any of you that have worked in the automotive field knows that this career is, it's dog eat dog, it's cutthroat. No matter what, you're never going to be at a place that's not at least somewhat greedy, somewhat dirty, somewhat trying to take a dollar, trying to keep the man down, because that's exactly how they operate and that's exactly how they make money. That's how they are. The door rate can go up from 175 to 200. The technician's not making more money. The door rate can go from 200 up to 220. The technician's not making more money. How do you take your rate at the door from 150 to $220 an hour and not pay the technician more money? Because if the economy's hurting you, the economy is hurting them. If your employees' pay is not going up with the more money the company's making, how do you expect them to live? Because if you're hurting paying the bills, they're hurting paying the bills. It never does. Especially at these dealerships. They'll start jacking the rate up, jacking the rate up, jacking the rate up. The employees don't make more money. Only the owner of the company does. What, bank closed up? What do you mean? Bank? Oh, on another note, topic saw Chicago bank collapse. Could not be more. Oh, I didn't know that. Sold cars for a few months. The dealership flooded the floor with a dozen salesmen and created uplifts. I knew I wouldn't stand. It was temporary, yeah. Oh man, these salesmen. A lot of people blame what's going on the salesmen. It's not the salesmen that are making a bad call. It's not them at all. It's the people in the office that manage the place. They're the ones telling them this is what you have to do. So I see a lot of people complaining about salesman doing this, salesman doing that, and that's not even how it works. I haven't done arms in a little while, so it's burning. A big one, but Google, Detroit Bank bought it. 2020. Are you subscribed to the channel, Ave KTM? If you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to it, please. 2020 Explorer AC keeps turning on itself, even though turn off manually, it turns on again. Yeah, that's the problem with the module or something like that. You got to get it checked out and diagnosed. Or there's a short thinking that in the buttons thinking that you're trying to turn it on. I would say do a hard reset and pull the negative battery terminal and wait like 30 minutes and hook it back up. But that actually does a lot of damage on newer cars, so I wouldn't do that. don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to the different ways that you can actually work your, like, biceps. You can do a bicep curl where your hands are reversed here. So you're down, and then you come up in a curled position with your hands on top, and then there's hands underneath, and then there's sideways. So you're working actually 3 different muscles. You're working an exterior and an interior, and then you're working the muscle that travels down into your arm. That's why people don't typically have bicep growth, is because they focus on 2 of the 3 instead of all 3. Or they'll focus on one, and even though they think they're doing another, they're hitting the wrong muscle group because they're not targeting the muscle that actually helps push it out and make it grow. So that's why you see me, I'll do one movement like this, I'll do one movement reversed, and I'll do one movement up in a normal position. I don't do a lot of the normal position anymore because I've done that my whole life way too much and not enough of the other ones, so I focus more on the other ones now, and I'll throw the regular one in there every once in a while. Heavy hauling power strokes, what oil? Now Ford, I like Ford's recommendation with 5W40. That's what they run, that's what I would run. But I think about what Trump said about keeping home prices up to keep homeowners wealthy, so non-hardworking people won't be a lot afford home. I don't know what that. I didn't hear that. I cannot speak on that. I don't know that the terms that you just said is exactly how it was said. So I can't comment on that, Jay, until maybe send that to me. You have my number. Send that to me and let me read it. Let me see what my deciphering says. '97 Chevy Seaford. Do I have shops in mind? Not really. I mean, what engine is in that? Is that the old throttle body injected, or is that the Spider injection? What is it? Oh, I forgot one of the biceps. I gotta do this one. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people that work on them, to be honest with you, Benji. I mean, they're not hard to work on, but to do performance stuff to a TBI, a lot of people won't even touch that. I get you, John. I hear you. We are so fortunate to be in the best 4% of Earth's population. Wish more people saw that. What do you mean by that, Norton? Sorry. So I'm not following. I'm gonna do some curls real quick. And then I think I'm going to be done for the day for right now.
I'm not gonna go with anything too crazy just because last time I tried it, I ended up hurting myself. Well, not really hurting myself, but I had a muscle strain that I was dealing with for almost a week before it kind of relaxed. Oh, Nancy, I did not think about that. I did not think about that. That is a good idea. Woo! Feel the burn. I need to slow it down a little bit. Instead of pumping them out, slow it down so I can get more of a strain on the muscle. That's a good idea, Nancy. I like that. I actually, you know what I'll do is I'll bring it up tomorrow when I'm in that meeting. I'll say, hey, if I'm going to get my own insurance, is there room for you guys to then give me a little bit more since I'm saving you money? That's a good idea. Are you still playing with different oils in your car? What have you settled? Not really playing with any oils right now, to be honest with you. And the wintertime came and I had to kind of stop doing a lot of what I was doing. I don't know. Price detailing. I'm not sure. I would probably have to say, well, I need to think about it. I need to sit down with my family, give me some more time, and then I'll go from there.
One more. One more and I'm done. One more and I'm done. Okay. Whew. I went to a friend's dinner last night and ate whatever I wanted within reason. I wasn't like gorging myself, but I ate like a little bowl of buttered macaroni. Then I had some like homemade chili with chipotle and smoke flavoring and stuff from the smoker. I had a couple little pastry treats. My wife made some caramel bars, and I was able to control myself. So definitely the relationship with food in general has changed. I haven't put on any more weight. I actually lost a couple pounds since the last time I checked in with you guys. It's just been sporadic with the working out. I love the days like today where I can just get out here and just work out and do whatever I need. But things have been crazy lately. Family emergency, you know, children stuff, a lot of sports events and games where I can barely even get out here. So, because of that, I ordered a couple sets of resistance bands. They go all the way up to like 125, 150 pounds. So I can work out while I'm on the fly. So trust my intuition. I appreciate that. We'll see what happens, guys. You know, I hate getting excited about something and getting like really, you know, thinking positive, you know, about change and stuff, and then it doesn't happen. So, yeah, I don't want that to really get me down or anything. So arms are still, I'm working on it. Still not there yet, but they're still big. So it's just, I'm still trying to get rid of like the little light fat under the skin. I got all the chunky fat and stuff is off of it. Now I just got like the fat under the skin right here that I can feel. It's slow and steady. There's a little bit under the skin here. So through dieting and stuff like that, it's starting to come off. I was able to get it in a long sleeve shirt, a collared shirt yesterday, a flannel shirt that I haven't been able to fit into in a really long time. I was able to put it on yesterday. So it's getting there, slow and steady. I'm not trying to rush it. I'm not obsessing over it. I can see and feel the progress, and that's basically all that matters. Is basically that I can feel it. The progress is great. My range of motion on the way I used to do things I look back at some of my older videos when I was, 380 pounds. And dude, I just look at myself and I'm like, oh, what a shitbag, man. What a shitbag. So I'm like bending over to grab things and I can't even bend down to grab them. You guys see my older videos when I drop something, I'd be like this. I'd always have to bend at the waist rather than squat down. And now my like range of motion is substantially better than what it was. It got to a point when I would stretch, I couldn't even touch my toes. And now I'm almost putting like the first bend of my fingers on the ground. I couldn't squat down, like touch the floor. And the other day we were joking around and we were doing this thing in the shop and I went down like this. And I had squatted down and took my palms and faced them flat down on the ground and then squatted down even more. And some of the other guys in the shop that are better shape than me, they couldn't even do it. So, well, not better shape, but I should say they look healthier and they couldn't do it. So I feel so much better. It's just life-changing once you start focusing on your health for your family and being consistent and just keeping up with it. It's, I want to try to be an inspiration for other people so they can look and see where I came from and be like, hey, you can do it too. If you really want it bad enough, you can do it. You don't have to sit in the shit. You can pull yourself out of it. You sat long enough. You've already punished yourself long enough. Now pick yourself up and get out there and change it, Understand that you can make changes and stop making excuses for it. Not everybody is the same, but we do know the majority of us are making excuses for why we are the way we are. And that's just a fact. I was combative. I would fight you guys whenever you guys would say, hey, I notice you're gaining weight. I'm kind of concerned about you and stuff like that. Hey, you might want to get that checked out. I noticed that whenever you guys would, try to look out for me and tell me, hey man, you ain't looking so good lately. You better watch it because it looks like you're going down the wrong. I would get upset. I would personalize it. I would think that you're picking at me and stuff like that and trying to talk trash to me. And that's not what it was at all. It was you guys actually trying to look out for me and not sugarcoating things and saying, hey, you're letting yourself go, man. Fix it. It's time to do it now before it gets out of control. And it almost did get out of control. And I'm still there. I'm still on a journey. We only get one life. And once it's gone, it's gone. We ain't getting it back. It's just, you either think about it now and enjoy the time that you have with your family so you can give them your best because they deserve that and give yourself your best. Or you take advantage of it and keep making excuses and then they just get the lesser version of you, the dollar store version of you. And they don't deserve that. They deserve the best. And that's how I would hope that all of us would look at life. All right. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. All this is only possible through you guys. And thanks for being part of my morning workouts and talks and rants and stuff like that. And I hope you have a great day. Have a safe and blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure. But until then, farewell. Take it easy. I'm out.